It all began on a bright and chirpy Thursday morning when Timmy, an 8-year-old boy with untamed curiosity and messy hair that stuck out like he'd slept in a tornado, woke up with excitement buzzing through his bones. Today wasn't just any school day. It was field trip day, the best kind of day, when class meant forests, backpacks, and peanut butter sandwiches instead of pencils, tests, and squeaky chalkboards. As the sunlight streamed into his bedroom, lighting up the posters of rockets and robots on his walls, Timmy flung open his closet to grab his favorite blue backpack, the one with the tiny rocket patch stitched onto the side. He didn't know yet, but this was no ordinary day, and the backpack in his hands wasn't just a container for his lunch and water bottle. No, this backpack was about to turn his world upside down. As Timmy zipped it open to pack his snacks, something strange happened. The zipper wiggled, then it blinked. Then it opened its flap and whispered in a scratchy, squeaky voice, "Hey, easy there, buddy. I'm not just any backpack." Timmy froze. His jaw dropped. He stared at the bag like it had grown a pair of socks. "Did you just talk?" he asked, eyes wide. The backpack chuckled, shook off some dust, and said proudly, "Name's Zip. I'm a magical adventure backpack. Been waiting years for a kid with enough imagination to unlock me." Timmy couldn't believe his ears. He looked around, half expecting a camera crew to jump out and yell, "Surprise!" But no one did. This was real. Very real. Before he could even process what was happening, Zip began pulling things out of himself. A peanut butter sandwich, a soccer ball, a compass with wings, and even a pair of juggling gloves. "Cool, right?" he said. "And that's just my warm-up act." Timmy giggled and whispered, "This is gonna be the best day ever." He slung Zip over his shoulders and ran out the door, jumping into the school bus with a secret he couldn't wait to explore. All through the bumpy ride toward the forest trail, Timmy whispered back and forth with Zip, while the other kids laughed and played with their field trip buddies. Timmy wasn't just going on a hike today. He was going on an adventure. Once they arrived at the forest, the class lined up and began walking single file along the leaf-crunching trail. Birds chirped in the trees. A breeze rustled the bushes, and everything felt perfectly normal until Timmy noticed a glowing rock sticking out near a tree stump. It pulsed with a soft green light, like a heartbeat. "Zip!" he whispered, nudging his backpack. "What's that?" Zip peeked out, squinted, and gasped. "Whoa, that's a forest beacon, super rare. Touch it and—" But before Zip could finish, Timmy, being Timmy, already touched it. Suddenly, the ground trembled, and a swirling vortex of leaves and sparkling light opened beneath their feet. "What is happening?" Timmy shouted as he and Zip were sucked in. The world spun like a washing machine on turbo mode, and when everything stopped, they weren't on the forest trail anymore. They were somewhere entirely new, somewhere wild and weird and wonderful. The trees were upside down, the sky was purple, mushrooms were taller than houses, and squirrels were wearing monocles. "Welcome to the enchanted forest," Zip said, brushing himself off. "Wrong shortcut." "Whoops! But hey, this place is packed with adventure." Before Timmy could reply, a ghostly, echoing voice filled the air. "Only the brave shall find the key. Solve the riddles, or stay with me." Timmy spun around. "What key? What riddles?" Zip gulped. "Oh boy, looks like we're on the puzzle path. And the only way out is to pass all 3 trials." Ahead of them, the path split into 3 glowing trails. Each one shimmered with a different color. "No pressure," Zip said nervously. On the first path, Timmy encountered a group of giant talking mushrooms with deep, rumbling voices. One of them stepped forward and said, "Answer me this, child. What has a heart that doesn't beat?" Timmy scratched his head, thinking hard. "A robot? No. A rock? Wait. An artichoke." The mushrooms erupted in laughter. "Correct!" they cheered. The path opened up, and Timmy passed through. On the second trail, Timmy found a rope bridge guarded by sword-wielding squirrels in tiny helmets. "Too cross," their leader declared. "You must juggle these acorns while blindfolded." Timmy looked panicked, but Zip zipped open and tossed out the magical juggling gloves. With a deep breath, Timmy blindfolded himself, took the acorns, and began to juggle. To his surprise, the gloves guided his hands like he was born in a circus. The squirrels gasped. "He is worthy," the leader declared, and they let him pass. Finally, the third path led to a floating crystal pedestal surrounded by glowing runes. Hovering above it was a dazzling, spinning key made of light. But before Timmy could grab it, the runes formed a riddle. I fly without wings. I cry without eyes. Wherever I go, darkness flies. Timmy furrowed his brow. It's not a bird, not rain. It's the wind, he shouted. The pedestal burst into sparkles, and the key floated down into his hand. You did it, Zip cried. Say the words. Adventure ends. Take me home. Timmy held the key high and shouted, Adventure ends. Take me home. Instantly, the wind whooshed around him, and the enchanted forest vanished in a swirl of light and color. When the world stopped spinning, Timmy found himself standing right back on the trail with the rest of the kids. Only seconds had passed. No one had noticed he was gone. Zip was back to looking like a regular backpack, silent and zipped up tight. Timmy blinked and looked around, wondering if it had all been a dream. As the teacher called out, Keep up, Timmy, he grinned and whispered to Zip. That was amazing. Zip didn't say a word, but if you looked closely, you'd swear his zipper smiled just a little. Back at home that night, Timmy lay in bed, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. He placed Zip beside him and whispered, Can't wait for tomorrow. The backpack gave the faintest hum and settled quietly beside him. Outside his window, the glowing forest beacon pulsed gently once more. Just a little reminder that magic, adventure, and mystery are never far when you believe.